Welcome to the Lokar Car Show. I'm Sam Adavi, coming to you this week from the Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals in Rosemont, Illinois. Welcome to the Lokar Car Show. This is gonna be one awesome car.
And I said, it doesn't even run yet. And look at it now, it's amazing.
The Lokar Car Show, brought to you by Car Capsule, returns to the Muscle Car Nationals in Rosemont, Illinois at the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center. This indoor car show is one to behold. Filled with muscle cars of the past, it's like taking a stroll through automotive history. Amazing restorations, hard to find cars, and custom mods that are simply incredible. Join us as we check out all the rides, meet their owners, and hear their great stories. You guys remember John's display last year. He had the most beautiful C10 I've ever seen at any show. And here he has the most innovative Mustang I've ever seen at any show. This is beautiful, John.
Thank you.
The roof. And then when you told me that it's thumbprint control,
Right.
That's crazy. And you got safety features incorporated in it.
Absolutely.
Tell me about the car.
So this is a 66 Mustang GT we built for a customer. We decided to put it on linear actuators, so the roof actually motorizes up 12 inches and hovers above the car. You can pull the pins out, take the roof off, and then you have a convertible. We came up with a fingerprint scan so that it is actually coded to whoever we code it to, and then it actually walks the roof up and down. It's pretty slick.
Now the interior, I see that you've got the roof up in the air and you can see everything, all the nice work on the interior.
This particular car, as a lot of our customers, kind of trust my judgment.
Right.
And I try to kind of bring the outside of the car to the inside.
Right.
So that's really why we did Apex leather and suede on the interior, brought all the striping and all the color combinations from the outside to the inside.
Man, I love the old school look on top of the intake manifold on that Coyote.
Yep.
You know, it makes it look like it's breathing out of there.
So we wanted the look of the 8-stack.
Yeah.
So essentially we opened up the scoop so it actually ram airs air through there into these filters, and then that actually ram airs the cold air into the intake manifold.
Well, you knocked it out the park again, John.
Thank you.
This is beautiful. What a beautiful car, James.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it.
The
Yeah.
history behind it.
Yeah, thanks
You know,
a lot.
to go back and buy your father's car back that he built in '65, you said?
Yeah, 1965, they bought a brand new car from Gilmer Motors Company and ended up turning it into a dragster.
You look at the whole thing, and you even said that this thing has a lot of fiberglass on it. You can tell from the fenders, the doors, the hood.
Back in '65, it was really hard to come up with any kind of fiberglass panels
Yeah.
for these things, and so they somehow engineered all this stuff themselves.
Tell me about the history of this car. How much horsepower does it make? What kind of engine's in it?
The horsepower, I don't know what it made back in the day, but it has a 427 high-rise engine in the car.
That is so cool, the stance on it. I bet it was a real performer at the time,
Yeah,
too.
they campaigned the car very well.
Now, you found
Yeah.
the car 2 years ago, and you have the original bill of sale from '65.
Yes, the car has a VIN number on it still, and that was important for us to know that we had the right car. But a guy named Greg Sullivan was kind enough to find the car, and he restored the car. And we never knew the car would be for sale, but once I realized that we could purchase the car, I made sure we was able to purchase it to
Yeah.
keep my father's heritage.
Good for you for doing
Yeah,
it,
thank
man.
you,
This
thank
is
you.
beautiful. They got a small radiator because they only need so much. You got a small fuel tank because they
Yeah.
only need so much. That way it keeps everything lightweight
Yeah.
and really performing down
That's
the
right.
track.
Yeah, they done really good with
And
it.
he's even in the picture of it drag racing back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day, that's
Man,
right.
that is so cool. This is
Yeah.
beautiful. We'll be right back with more of the Lokar Car Show.
Yeah, so we now have the made-for-you product line. We've got T-clamps, we've got wire separators, we've got wire loom covers to help route your wires and your heater hoses in the engine compartment. Everything to take care of you. We even have a couple tools for your shop. Bolt circle templates. We've got the various different ones, whether you have a SAE pattern on that axle or if you've got, one of the metric.
You guys looking for a wheel to purchase and you don't know the bolt pattern of your vehicle, you take one of these 4, put it on there, it tells you exactly what it is. You don't have to grab the ruler, tape measure, you don't have to guess or anything. It's right there. That's nice. And now what's the hardware in the middle here for?
So for this, you're gonna bolt this into the top of the valve cover, replace that hardware there, and it'll separate that out and hang
There
it
you
off the
go.
side.
But this is my favorite. That's a nice tool for you shop owners out there to have in your toolbox. So if you guys want protection and you want the engine bay to look good, check out Made For You products by Lokar Performance. Every time I got the opportunity to give these guys money, I make sure to do so. Welcome back to the Lokar Car Show. I'm here with Ralph, and behind me is a beautiful all carbon fiber charger. I'm gonna let him tell us about it.
Hallucination. This is a car I've dreamt about since I was a kid. I've always loved the 68. It's been in movies. So it started off as life as a normal 68,
Right.
an older one, a rust-dyed out one. We took it apart. The guys at Speed Car just right up here in Milwaukee digitized the car, measured everything, built a custom frame, built it around the engine, which is a Elephant, all aluminum, 426, 1,000 horsepower Hemi. Car's about 200 pounds lighter because of the carbon fiber body.
It's beautiful. You can
thank
hear it,
you.
you can feel it.
So it looks more modern, even though it's honest to the original.
So these aren't body-on-frame cars. These are unibody cars, right?
And the originals were actually a mix. They're actually considered unit body subframes. This actually has the frame in the sills. Yeah, and I'm a racer, so it's got legit, tires on it, 265, 345.
Penske shocks.
Penske shocks.
You know
yeah.
you're a racer when you got the Penske shocks on there, right? Man, this Elephant motor now, you said this is a 1,000 horsepower version.
Yeah, it's stock. It's a crate motor. It's one of only 100 Elephants so far.
Right.
And this happens to have a unique graphic. My daughter actually did the logo.
Hallucination.
Called
That is so
Hallucination.
cool.
Yeah. My day job is designing cars.
There you go.
So we took the best parts of 68, but then modernized it. Gabe Customs out of California did all the trim for us. Steering wheel is a unique Speed Core billet design.
And you're a car designer. What do you design?
I designed for Stellantis, which we have Dodge, Jeep, Chrysler, Maserati, Alfa Romeo.
No kidding.
Now we merge with Peugeot, Citroën. So it's
Yeah.
a big company, 14 brands. We're the 4th largest car company in the world.
Man, what a beautiful charger. The color on this thing really pops. I'm looking at the entire build, and underneath the hood, I've noticed that Viper engine.
Yeah, the Viper drivetrain is beautiful.
All modern technology inside and out, I assume. huh?
Yes, 6-speed, fuel injected, great stereo, interior. It's a fun driving car. You can get in this car and drive wherever you want.
And you guys drive them to the show.
We do. That's one thing we're really adamant about is driving the cars because they don't need to just sit.
No, they
So,
do not.
yeah.
Now, what's up with the rear seats, delete? Is that a stereo system back there?
So that's where the system is at.
Beautiful. I love the pedals. Nice
The pedal
race-style
assembly
pedals.
is
Yep.
it's super comfortable to drive too as well. That was one issue that got corrected on this car. It had a lot of bump steer issues and the pedals were all goofy. So the inline 3 setup was done in the floorboard and it's super nice. It's got that F1 IndyCar feel to it
That
too.
is absolutely gorgeous. Tell me about this Challenger. What year is this?
So this is a 72 CUDA.
Oh,
Barracuda is
CUDA,
what we
got
call
it.
her. Yep, it's got the 426 Hemi, which isn't a 426. It's somewhere in the mid-5s. It's got a 5-speed drivetrain, custom interior. The whole car is a piece of art from top to bottom.
I
Bare
love the
brakes.
original Hemi in this.
I know. That's what makes it great.
Absolutely. I love the satin finish on the wheels.
Yeah,
That's a
the
nice
satin with
touch.
the brush is a super nice touch.
This is also a driver.
This is a driver, yeah. We took it to a Holly Mo party, did right around 250 miles on it, cruise around. It was a blast.
We'll be right back with more of the Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals. Welcome back to more from the Muscle Cars and Corvette Nationals. Here here at the Muscle Car Nationals with these two characters, Wayne Carini and Phil Pataki. And we are having rave review with the new SC1 being debuted out here at this show. Lots of orders, lots of interest. Hopefully we'll get a Corvette from Phil to fill that spot inside. What do you think?
Well, the Corvette's coming. It's just been a little delays, but trust me, I'll have my Corvette in there. So, but this is our new SC1, 2 international awards at the SEMA show, best new accessory car care product.
Phil designed it so that not only a Corvette or any type of sports car could be in here, but a Lamborghini with scissor doors can open all the way with inside. That's why that peak is up in there. So it fits many different uses.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it does the good job of what?
No dust, no mold, no mildew, no condensation. The way you put your supercar away is the way you take it out in perfect condition, whether it's a day, a week, a month, a year.
And no rodents.
No rodents. That
no
is
rodents.
huge.
I mean, in any garage, especially if we're in the north.
That is so
The
true.
frequency from our power supply and the hum of the fan is what deters them. And I mean, it works. You can't prove it. It works. We got too many reviews for all these years of people bragging they have no more mites.
And it keeps your investment nice and safe and secure with no moisture coming in from the concrete. Because a lot of people don't realize that moisture comes in from the concrete. And when you have a car cover over your car, you're basically just trapping that moisture.
It traps it in. It's just well worth it just to put it in and know that it's going to be perfect when you take it out.
That is so true, and that's what you're all about. Storage, 24/7, 365, protect your investment, keep it exactly the way you put it in when you take it out. And that's what we all love about Car Capsule. You know, Ken, walking by your car, how could you miss this? The elegance, the size.
I don't know how you could miss it.
You know, you look at that front grille and you look at all the jewels in the front of that grille.
Right.
That is so spectacular to see.
There's 160 of those little jewels there, as you call them. We call them grommets spread across that grill. Yeah.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
Tell me about the car.
Well, it's a 58 Buick Limited. They made 839 of them. It's a 364 cubic inch engine, 300 horsepower.
300 horsepower for this thing. It needed every bit of it to move
you
it.
need every horse pulling too. Yeah. Also, the 27 different options on this car. Small things like this Trailmaster spotlight rear view mirror.
Man, this is beautiful. Now, this would be similar to the Cadillac Baritz convertible.
That would
correct?
be yes, it would be comparable. But again, I would say that there's more chrome on this car than there is on the Baritz because I have one of those also.
How long have you owned this car, Ken?
I've owned it since 2007. And it took us 3 years to restore the car. I bought $10,000 worth of NOS parts with the car, and then we had to buy a donor car, also out of Texas, to supplement what we needed that was not in the package otherwise. And it took us a little over 2.5 years to restore the car.
This is an absolute treat.
Yeah,
to look at this car here at this show, only one I've ever seen.
Right.
It is a real treat, and I'm glad everybody here can enjoy it as well.
Thank you.
With Mike and his son, and they just won the Wayne Carini Choice Award with their 1964 Plymouth Polara 500.
Wow.
I've never seen anything like this before.
It was fabulous. I walked past the car earlier today, and I just couldn't believe how nice it was and how unusual it was.
Thanks
and that's
very
what I
much.
love. I love unusual cars.
With it being Canadian, it's an unusual car, limited production, low production car, so it is limited.
And it's been in the family since 1966.
Since October 1966, my uncle bought it off the original owner, and then I've lived with it and loved it through my childhood, and bought it off him in August of '86. So it's been in the family ever since.
So it's got a max wedge, 426.
It's not a max wedge; it's a street wedge, 426
okay.
street wedge, 4-speed, posi rear end, and it's a lot of fun to drive.
I bet it is.
Yes,
and
it
then
is.
what I really liked most about it is I was speaking to your son earlier, and it was a father and son project.
Brian, my son, and I started the restoration in 2016, completed in 2018, and it was a blast to do, and had the chance to do it all over again. It was quite the experience.
So, you know, when I pick a car out, I want to see the quality of the car and it be unusual, but the story is the best part of it. So I loved your son telling me that you did it together, and that made all the difference to me in the world.
Well, it's very special to me, especially sharing it with my son. It's a real bonding thing, and very lucky to have him.
We'll be right back with more of the Muscle Car Nationals. Welcome back to more from the Muscle Cars and Corvette Nationals. Every kind of muscle car, Corvettes, and unique classics can be found at the Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals. The cars we showcased this year are so impressive. We had a great time with Phil, Wayne, and the rest of Film's team at the Car Capsule booth where everyone can check out the new SC1 showcase. It's always nice to be at a show with Wayne Carini because of his vast knowledge. You always walk away having learned something. If these are your kind of cars, you need to make your way to Rosemont, Illinois in November for the next mcacn show. This is replica to a T, even down to the engine and everything.
Yep. Based on their tool room chassis, 289 Mark I, narrow body. They did the early Mark I's had 3 different engine covers, and basically just to cover the different rear wheel sizes.
Right.
And this is one of the narrower rear tires. My customer owned one of the original cars. He wanted a replica of that car, and that's what this is.
That's because he tried to buy it and the gentleman wouldn't sell it to him.
Wouldn't sell them back.
For any amount of money.
Nope.
That is insane.
Yep.
So this is exactly the 289. I did not know that had such a small engine in these cars back in the day.
The Mark I's were done with the European rules for 5-liter 289. So that's what they all started with. Then they grew a little bit. They had some various sizes, but very successful with the 289. Then the 7-liter, the 427s came in 66 and 67, and that took over from
And
there.
they dominated with those?
Yes. Yep.
And then what happened after that?
Then when the FIA decided that Ferrari didn't win, they limited the engine size to 5 liters. So they went back to the 289, they put the Gurney Westlake heads on it, and won Le Mans another 2 years in a row after that.
That's the best.
Yep.
That is so awesome to go back and say, well, here you go. We can do it this way, or we can do it that way.
Exactly, whatever you want to do it.
How long has it been done?
About 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Yep.
Well, that's a fresh build.
Yep.
How long did it take?
On and off for about 1.5 years.
Is there something you guys have to reference to get everything perfect?
Towards the FIA has the Appendix K for replica cars. And Appendix K is, it has to be an exact replica.
I want to congratulate Paul and his brother Mike for winning the Phil Pataki Choice Award.
You know, so I brought Phil by here earlier today, and we stood by your car, and Phil just was blown away.
Thank you.
So this is a wonderful car, a Catalina, just in the best condition, unbelievable. It's the Car Capsule Phil Pataki Award. This car was so great, and the steering wheel just blows me away. Tell us a little bit about the car.
So the steering wheel was original to the car, but it wasn't on it when we bought it. We had it redone. It was expensive. We bought the car done. It was an eBay car. I went up and looked at it in Troy, New York. It was restored by a young guy up there, and we just love it. And this summer, my nephew, his oldest son, and his wife left the church in this car. It was in Montana where they got married.
That's fantastic. What engine is in the car?
It's a 421. It has a tri-power that was on the car when we bought it, but we took it off. It's got the original Carter carburetor and the original four-barrel manifold.
So 421, four-speed, 8-bolt wheels.
Yep.
Unbelievable. What a car.
And a limited slip rear end, and a bench seat car, which is...
And a convertible.
Yeah, really neat.
Can't get much better than that.
Nope. Coming here, it's a great show, and it was really nice to win this award. I appreciate it a lot.
Had another great year here at the Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals in Rosemont, Illinois. The cool thing about this show is that it's by invitation only. So you're not going to see the same cars from one year to the next. You may run into the same people, but that's because we're all enthusiasts. But they're going to be with different cars. For me, that's a wrap.